just looking for options, hitting it long, looking for the big man Alan Lee. Alan Lee, such a pressure player for defences at this level. A bit of an air kick there by Ndai as the ball came to him on the edge of the area, but a chance now for Danny Butterfield. Hits it very high into the area, looking for Lee at the far post. Lee in fact nodding it down and across the area, but straight into the arms of the Irish keeper for Scunthorpe, Joe Murphy. It's waved away by referee Hagley. The ball now with Ndai on the far side, halfway inside the Scunthorpe ball. It's Butterfield looking, trying to chip the ball forward. Ndai going on the outside, going past his full-back and just slightly overruns it. Unlucky for Ndai, and well-deserved applause from the Palace fans. The Scunthorpe full-backs under early pressure. The left-back Marcus Williams, they're done for pace, and he'll be relieved to see that ball go out of play. A slip there by Lawrence. Chance here for Forte, and Forte has scored for Scunthorpe in the early stages. A slip there. Forte on a one-on-one with Speroni, calmly drilled it past the stricken Palace keeper. And the shot scoreline here after 4 minutes, Palace 0, Scunthorpe 1. The goal scorer, ex-Sheffield United man, Forte.
Yeah, I mean, it is a shock scoreline considering they've not scored in the league since the opening day, but a decent long ball forward, a sloppy mistake at the back from Palace, and then it was all about Forte. Showed composure to go round Speroni and slotted it in from quite an acute angle to give Scunthorpe the lead. And as Eamon says, Palace, you know, hasn't been the best of starts. They've had good possession, but they just haven't looked like getting forward and creating chances, and now they've got to do that, otherwise it's going to be another disappointing day for all here at Selhurst.
Well, a real stunner from Scunthorpe as Palace doing had the vast bulk of possession, most of the ball being in the Scunthorpe half, and then in a rare breakaway, a slip, and Forte was in and gave Speroni no chance. So well taken goal, and Scunthorpe cock-a-hoop now going forward again, and their small band of fans opposite to us who made that long journey from Humberside delirious with excitement.
A lack of pace would be the undoing of Palace today, but here's a knockdown from Lee.
Bundled over in the box, Darren Ambrose, but referee Hagley not interested. And that infield now to Derry. What a day it would be for him to open his Palace accounts on his second spell. Good ball to the far side to Danny Butterfield. Over comes a good cross into the middle. Lee is there, a couple of defenders are there, and Palace at a corner. Scunthorpe 1, but Palace have had by far the most of this play. Ball goes all across the area, eluding players from both sides, and goes out of play on the far side.
No point to him being there if he's not going to wave his flag.
So the ball flighted in. It's a good one as well. Desperate header away by Clint Hill. Justice done there. A real chance in front of goal for Spence, who suddenly appeared from nowhere. And Palace all over the place at the back there, and Spence had more time than he thought. The fullback takes the throw for Scunthorpe just by the corner flag. Played to O'Connor. Back it goes now to Spence. Up against Clint Hill. Gets a low cross in. Butterfield desperately clears it. Headed on by Lawrence. Still in the Palace penalty area. Bobbing around. Another chance here for Forte, but Speroni has to be out very quickly to dive to his right.
Well, so a lot of height for Hill to aim for.
In comes the free kick then. It's bypassed Alan Lee, it's headed away. Diving header by Wolford. It breaks for Moses on the edge. Retains it well. Back it goes to Clint Hill. Clint Hill, time to line up another cross. Goes to the far post. Forte is up there, but eludes everyone. A lot of players go for it. Somehow goes through all of them and out for a goal kick. To Derry. Derry now square to Clint Hill. A lot of space as the Scunthorpe players playing very deep. Over comes the cross. Difficult one for Murphy, and does very well.
Situation well. Got out there. Claimed the ball ahead of Alan Lee. So good goalkeeping there.
Ball now with Forte. Forte going for the byline. Getting past Fonte. And, well, as things go at the moment, it's Palace player who's penalised.
Sure again.
The big man, the Scunthorpe skipper, Rob Jones, is up there. That's what will be aimed at, but a poor free kick straight at Speroni.
It's his home country, and maybe he's just not got his head right for this fixture. Looks all over the place at the moment.
Jones heads away for Scunthorpe. Chance for Moses across the ball, but straight into the arms of Murphy, who anticipates the cross well. As we said earlier on, central defenders often rely on each other, and at the moment just looking a bit all at sea, looking to each other to go for a ball sometimes, not sure whose job it is. Yeah. A bit further out this time. Hill on to Moses. Moses chance to cross from the left, but poor cross in the end, and comes off right.
Pile on the pressure. Here's Ambrose.
It is almost incessant pressure, but the corner easily headed away. Back to the corner taker Ambrose. Ambrose has another look. Lofts it to the far post. Fonte is up there. and a couple of Palace players crashing into each other there. It was Endai and Forte crashing into each other. The ball bobbled away from them and into the arms of the Scunthorpe keeper. Pay eventually, though. A throw for Scunthorpe, level with the edge of the penalty area. It's looking for Hayes. Here comes Williams now. Back to Hayes on the edge of the area. Endai's back there doing some defending. Falls for Wright. Wright chance to shoot from 30 yards. Tries to chip it forward. Derry is back there. Hill is in the area and he lofts the ball clear. Rob Jones for Scunthorpe now as Scunthorpe pass the ball around. Back it goes to Murphy, the central defender. Looks up, lofts the long ball forward, and that's probably the worst long ball of the opening stages, and there have been one or two. Fruit for Palace, chip forward by Danny Butterfield. Header comes in by Clint Hill, but always going high and into the family end. Neil Dunn almost reaching Moses, not quite, headed away by Scunthorpe. Reaches Clint Hill, he flicks it forward now, but too far for Adam Lee, and bounces harmlessly onto the chest of the Scunthorpe keeper.
Header gone, it's gone backwards.
Gone backwards, retrieved by Derry, trying to get it forward to Butterfield. Butterfield tries a shot from the edge of the area as Palace players appeal for handball. Butterfield wasn't waiting for the decision, took a left-footed strike, but just off target at the moment. But from a Palace point of view, Palace just need to pose a few more problems for this Scunthorpe defence. Here's Hayes now, playing the ball forward to Forte. Forte got a chance now. Palace a bit stretched at the back. Good challenge though by Butterfield.
Concentrate a bit more, otherwise Scunthorpe could find themselves increasing their lead.
Yeah, Moses almost, but not quite through. And talking about almost increasing their lead. Real chance here for Togwell to score against his ex-side, but it's cleared off the line by Jose Forte of all people. Togwell got past the keeper. A very tight angle, didn't have enough power in it, and Forte clears off the line for Palace.
I've no idea what they were doing there, to be honest. It was a complete mix-up between the two. I'll come back on this in a second as Butterfield comes forward.
Butterfield's cross come over. Can Palace make them pay the price? It was a header coming in there from Neil Dans, and rather Endai, sorry, and just over the bar. So Palace almost with a perfect response. Good header, but just over.
Back partnership, and it's not going to go well for him if Claude Davis coming in.
Good flick on by Ambrose, might fall through by Lee rather to Ambrose, not quite finding him, but Moses trying to make something of it, and the chance is gone. That was the Palace tactic, I think. But now another breakaway. Lawrence beaten by Forte. Forte causing all sorts of runs, playing a nice ball in field, and almost reached the Scunthorpe player, but whatever is needed in any part of the field is now. The ball with Victor Moses once again. To Dans, back out to Butterfield. Butterfield lofts across and looking for the big man Alan Lee, but just too high for him. Speaker, as Palace have a free kick to face in the centre circle. It's going to be Murphy, in the central defender, taking it for Scunthorpe in no rush, as you'd imagine, with just 6 minutes until the break. His side a goal up as Forte heads the ball away under pressure, bobbing around in the area. Late lunge on Derry, and that'll give Palace a free kick, and he gets the tackle in. But Palace have a throw level with the edge of the Scunthorpe area on the far side. Played in field to Derry. Derry, is he going to shoot? Is he going to shoot? He is. A good shot from Derry, and just wide. And that took a deflection as well, so a corner.
Yeah, a decent attempt for Palace. Corner now, Ambrose to take.
Probably the closest Palace have come to scoring. Over comes the corner, once again eludes a Palace head. It's headed away by Rob Jones, still bobbling on the edge of the area. Fonte gets ahead. Moses gets ahead. Endai has a shot. Another shot coming in from Ambrose, and saved by Joe Murphy. Little for Speroni to do, it has to be said. Although Togwell should have made it two for Scunthorpe when he rounded the keeper and didn't have enough power in his shot to get it over the line. I wonder if that will be a turning point. As Dan's now, good bit of skill by Dan's, going for the byline, never comes across. Again, how many crosses have eluded a Palace player in the box? There's another one, but it's retrieved by Alan Lee. Back it goes to Clint Hill. Clint Hill playing it forward to Alan Lee. Alan Lee a chance for a shot, but indeed tries to square the ball to Butterfield. Now for Dan's on the far side. Dan's now lining up yet another cross. Will this find a Palace head? And it hits a Scunthorpe head and goes behind for a corner.
The Palace head.
So Palace's third corner of the half. It's played long by Ambrose to the far post, looking for the on-rushing Forte. Nothing comes of it, but it breaks for Ndiaye. Back it goes to Derry. It now falls to Moses. Moses turns and shoots, but again Murphy is equal to it. Murphy furious with the defence there, as Moses was able to twist and turn. And Scunthorpe will be thankful to their keeper once again.
You're just lining up to lump a long ball in. It's not a surprise for the defenders. They can get in a good position. But that time it was a surprise ball from Ambrose. Did well.
Knocked down by Ndiaye. Might fall for Victor Moses now. Victor Moses trying to find space for himself, but again his shot straight at Joe Murphy. Moses waltzed past a couple of defenders, but rather scuffed his shot. Danny Butterfield, 2 or 3 options. Tries to play the ball inside the full-back. Reaches a Palace player as well. Victor Moses with a cross, but again it's the big central defender Rob Jones who gets the ball away. A rock at the heart of this Scunthorpe defence, playing a real captain's role. All Scannell on for Alan Lee, which means that Ndiaye will be the big man in the middle up front, and the pace of Scannell and Moses, that'll be hoped to unlock this very steely Scunthorpe defence so far. So Ndiaye is the one that many hopes to be pinned on in the second half. It's Scannell, Moses and Ndiaye. Not a championship goal between them though this season.
No, certainly not, but in comes the ball from Butterfield, and Dans did well at the back post there, got the header in, and Scannell's pace could cause them a few problems, as we've just seen there. Place again. They're creating a little bit more, but they still don't have that understanding that we're looking for.
Interesting to see Freddie Sears doing a vigorous warm-up just below us as play continues. The ball pumped forward to the edge of the Scunthorpe area. Here comes Victor Moses yet again. Lovely first time cross by Moses, but just a bit too close to Joe Murphy. Seemed no way he could get a cross in then, but just couldn't angle it enough away from the keeper. James
has been quite good for Scunthorpe. Everything he's had to do defensively, Eamon, he's done really, really well. And when he's been called upon to go forward, which to be honest hasn't been that often, he's done everything competently as well. But here they go again, Scunthorpe.
Over it comes, headed down by Rob Jones. Chance here for Forte, chance here for Scunthorpe, and they've got another one. It's Paul Hayes who makes it Palace 0, Scunthorpe 2. The free kick drilled in, not properly cleared. One effort almost on target, and Paul Hayes hit the loose ball into the far corner. Palace 0, Scunthorpe 2.
Probably heard me say oh dear as the ball came across there, and that doesn't even sum it up for Palace. I mean, the defending there is nothing short of shambolic, Eamon, and Palace trailed 2-0. It's no more than Scunthorpe deserve. They've done excellently against anything that Palace have done going forward, and when they've had the opportunities, they've stuck them in the back of the net. Palace are shell-shocked here, and if Palace don't sort this out, there's going to be a lot of unhappy Palace fans leaving this stadium at the end, because he made the change bringing Scannell on. It's had a little bit of an impact, but not enough, and we're now 2 goals down, and at the end of the day we need to be winning games.
Header coming in meantime from Forte, but it's a hidden hope header really. Header from about 12 yards, always going over into the Homesdale. That's
towards the end of the second half. Moses had one, Derry had one, and Palace have done nothing, and they could go further behind here.
It's Forte now, yes, Forte into the area, and it's 3-0. It's 3-0. Amazing goal, and would you believe it, it's from Palace old boy Sam Togwell. Palace 0, Scunthorpe 3. A shot out of the blue from the edge of the area into the top corner, and Sam Togwell, who should have scored earlier on, has now made it 3 for Scunthorpe.
It's a fantastic goal from Togwell, and he'll be delighted to score against his old side, but Palace are 3-0 down now, and there's no more than what they deserve, Eamon, to be honest, and there's people leaving. Can we join them?
First moment in Neil Warnock's Palace career.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it's been absolutely terrible, to be honest. I mean, Matt Lawrence, for me, shouldn't be playing another game in a Palace shirt. He's been that bad today. I'm sorry, but he's always tries really, really hard. But today, him and Forte have been an absolute disgrace at the back, and he's out of position again there as
Hayes going forward.
Hayes comes forward, and it could be 4-0.
Acres of space for the Scunthorpe players. Chip forward now, real chance here to make it 4, and they have done. This is terrible stuff from Crystal Palace. Palace 0, Scunthorpe 4. The defenders all over the place. They really couldn't miss. I can't quite see who the scorer is, but it's Palace 0, Scunthorpe 4. And hundreds are leaving the ground.
Yeah, they should all probably leave and take the Palace back four with them, to be honest, Eamon. It's hard to say anything positive at the moment. We're trying to be as positive as we can here on Palace Radio, but this is the worst performance I've seen from a Crystal Palace team in about 15 years. I can't remember. I'm racking my brains to see how bad we've been against a side on paper as poor as Scunthorpe. We've not scored for 4.5 hours in the league, and they've scored 4 goals against us. It's diabolical. Come on, it was all made in the second half by the hopeless way that we defended.
I think so, yeah.
In the first half, sorry, and in the second half, I mean, what are they doing there? It's just no communication between Hill and Speroni there. Speroni's pace off his line got Palace out of a sticky situation where it could have been fine. By
Josh Wright, and Scunthorpe players just probably can't believe what's happening at the moment as Forte tries a shot, but you just knew the moment it hit his foot that it would be way off targets, and it ends up in the home still. Palace 0, Scunthorpe 4.
Had the best of starts to the season, but he's normally always reliable, and I mean, Derry's in the side. There's got to be changes, but just where would you make those changes? As Scunthorpe come forward again looking for a fifth.
Just watch this Scunthorpe attack as it's Wolford going down the left, and a desperate header away there from Clint Hill. Hesitation between him and Speroni, and you can see the confidence has completely gone from some of the Palace players now.
He stepped on the pitch in that game, just didn't seem to be with the pace of the game. As a free kick comes in for Palace, this could be a chance, but it's a foul.
A foul there from Forte, and
he missed anyway.
Even then he drags his shot wide, and so I think Matt Lawrence really is starting to feel it a bit now. He's provided good service for the Eagles, but perhaps time now to plan ahead as Forte goes forward again. He's really teased and tormented this Palace defence this afternoon. Another good cross comes over, and that was a chance for another one. A good run off the ball by O'Connor, got behind the Palace defence, and with just Speroni in front of him, completely mishit his efforts. Lovely touch there by Sears. Now Derry need a bit more pace at times in this Palace side as well as Forte comes forward. Here comes Scannell now. Can Palace get something back here? Players waiting in the middle. Scannell going for goal himself and hits it wide. Wow.
For the Eagles.
Butterfield taking the corner then, away from the keeper. Header from Ndai, no real power. Powder puff straight into the arms of Joe Murphy.
It always seems to put a bit more into his game than Victor Moses does. It all comes so easy for Moses. Here goes Scannell, finds Forte.
Forte with a chance. Dan's with a chance. Was it handball? He's given a penalty.
He feels sorry for us, Eamon.
Well, surely even the Scunthorpe players won't argue too much about that. Well, what a fortuitous penalty that was. Neil Dance with a shot from the edge of the area. It seemed to strike the hand, hit at tremendous pace. And who's going to take it?
Well, Freddie Sears has got the ball. Neil Dans has gone over and said that he should take it, and Freddie Sears has told him to bugger off by the looks of it. He's having words with Neil Dans. Freddie Sears, if anyone deserves a goal after the shambles that there was against Bristol City, let's make sure he bursts the net here, otherwise the referee might not give it.
Will something go right for Palace this afternoon? Palace 0, Scunthorpe 4. Palace have a penalty. Freddie Sears about to step up to see if he can get a consolation for the Eagles. Here he comes, Freddie Sears with the penalty, and wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you just have predicted it? A half-hit penalty, easily saved by Joe Murphy.
Yeah, it's a good save from the goalkeeper. He read Sears' intentions well, went the right way, but it was a poor penalty from Freddie Sears. And if things are going from bad to worse, not only are we losing 4-0 at home from Scunthorpe, but our striking hope can't put the ball in the back of the net from 12 yards out. So if perform anywhere nearly as badly as this, they're going to turn us over, and I fear that Derby might do as well, and that will put Neil Warnock under immense pressure. Chance here now, the ball in the penalty area, but once again it comes to nothing. Well, Scunthorpe have had an awful lot of defending to do this afternoon, but here's a chance for Derry. Is this going to be the moment? It isn't. Just dwelt on it a bit too long, and good work again from Scannell. Scannell into the area. Scannell, no crossover, looking for Sears. It's blocked
And Togwell now limping for Scunthorpe.
It's done okay since he's come on, but as for the rest of them, it's been terrible.
Here's Forte now. Here's Ryan Smith with a chance of cross ball. Nice ball in the middle as well. And Dye with a header. Should have done better there. Great cross from Ryan Smith. And Dye on the edge of the 6-yard box, towered above the defender, and then tamely put the header wide. 3 minutes still remain. It really is interesting looking around. So the fans should have sitting there absolutely stunned, as if they can't believe what they're seeing. That's the scoreline is Palace 0, Scunthorpe 4. But here comes Freddie Sears showing great pace. Got no support. Freddie Sears into the area, flicks it back. Chance here for Ndai. Oh, he's missed it. How did he miss that? How did he miss that? All the work done by Freddie Sears, who flings himself to the ground in despair. Perfect cut back for Ndai from 8 yards out, high and wide into the Homesdale. And that really is the signal now for hundreds more to leave.